Agents, you have 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Second, 2 out, Palmero over the head of Jenks. Uribe charges, throws, out! And the White Sox have won the World Series. Open, Chicago with the lead. Chicago Bulls have won their 6th NBA championship.
Under it, and to the middle with the 15, to the 20, breaks free of the 25, to the 30, to the outside, 40, midfield, 40, 30 to the coast, 20, 15, Hester 5, touchdown Bears!
Time in 6 seasons, it's one goal achieved. The Chicago Blackhawks win the Stanley Cup. A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it, throw to Rizzo. It's in time, and the Chicago Cubs win the World Series.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome to Shawn and Maya in the morning on this TGI Mickey Ficky Friday. It's the weekend, baby. And I'm your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra. Thanks for tuning in. If you're watching us on Facebook Live, well, then I guess you found us on Facebook. And if you're not following us on Facebook, what? Listen, go to Facebook, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the like button, and now you're following Sports Zone Chicago. Simple. But wait, there's more. Go to the show's page. Go to Shawn and Maya in the morning. Like that page as well. And now you're following Shawn and Maya as well as Sports Zone Chicago. If you're watching us on our YouTube channel, excellent. And if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, for real, listen, go to YouTube, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the subscribe button, click the bell, the little bell right next to it. That's the notification button. That'll let you know anytime a show from Sports Zone Chicago is going live. Get it? Got it? Good. Now, if you're watching us on our mobile app, yay. Well, listen, if you didn't know, you better ask somebody. We have our own mobile app. Come on now, peoples. Listen, wherever you get your apps from, I don't care whether it's iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Walmart, Kmart, 7-Eleven, Zayre, Zemsky, Macy, Montgomery Ward, Woolworth, Venture, wherever you get them from. You type in Sports Zone Chicago, you download us, you take us with you on the go. So not only do you get Shawn and Maya in the morning 3 days a week, not only do you get our other live shows throughout the week, not only are they archived there like they are on Facebook and YouTube, but I'll tell you what, we give you a slew. And I mean a slew of articles thanks to my man Clarence, Council the Third. Big up to Clarence for keeping you abreast of all articles Chicago sports related. Now, if you're watching this on our Roku channel, I like that kind of party, baby. And if you don't know, you better ask somebody. Come on, man. Sports Zone Chicago, we have our own Roku channel. So if you have a Roku television in the house, do us a favor. Do us a solid. Hook it up. You like that? Mira. Go there. Download Sports Zone Chicago's tile. Put it right there. Smack dab. Right with all of them. Right with HBO Max or Max, Netflix, Hulu, Prime, Disney Plus, Stars, Paramount Plus. Oh, which reminds me, I gotta cancel the free trial for Paramount Plus. I have until tomorrow. Whew. And if you have more than one device in the house, one Roku TV in the house, do us a favor. Download all of the devices in the house. Just download Sports Zone Chicago's tile to all of the house, all the TVs in the house. It'd be greatly, greatly appreciated. You can also tweet the show. You can tweet us at Sports Zone Shy. That's CHI at Sports Zone Shy. Now, if you want to follow me, just me personally online, you want to know what I did? Well, let me tell you what I did. You want to know what I did? Well, here's what I did. I made it nice and easy for you folks. Nice and easy. One handle for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok. All one handle at the Shawn Sierra. If you want to follow my lovely co-host, Maya Kai, you can follow her on Facebook and Twitter at the Sports Chica. If you want to follow her on Instagram, because you're an IGer and you do it just for the gram, well, you can follow her at Maya_Akai. It's MAYA_AKAI. Man, we have a phenomenal show for you. We got a packed show for you, man. But first, we need you to get interactive. So listen, whatever platform you're watching us on, whether it's Facebook, whether it's YouTube, it's our mobile app, leave a question or comment on that platform. It'll come up here. We'll incorporate it into the show. We'll put it on the screen. We'll talk about it. And that's what makes this the best Chicago sports talk morning show around, is you. All right. It's your participation. So bring it all. We want your questions, your comments, your smart ass remarks. Bring all that smoke. We want all that smoke. All right. Then nobody scared over here, baby. Don't sing it. Just bring it. We'll talk about it. And believe me, if you're wrong, I'll tell you you're wrong and why you're wrong. No worries. No worries. Let's see. We have a text line on a chat line already. Cornelius Squalls, what up? How you doing, Papa? Thanks for tuning in. Patty Lara's in the Mickey Ficky house. Yes. Marshawn Walls, baby. That's what I'm talking about. What up, Papa? Let's see. Lavette Lee, she's in the Mickey Ficky house. Good morning, Mama. How you doing? I appreciate you checking in. Oh, man, and my man, Armando Emeterio, Lara Jr. And if Junior's in the house and Patty's in the house, well, that means Armando Emeterio, Lara the Fourth, and Jeremiah are watching with them. Jeremiah and Dito, you too, Junior and Patty. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you two, or you four. I also got Monica. Hi, Mija. How are you, hon? Thank you for tuning in. So 5 of you guys. Excellent. I love it. Thank you so much for tuning in. We have a great show. Wow. We have a lot to talk about. A whole bunch. A whole lot of bit to talk about. Bears. Nothing more important than right now than the Bears. Bears just started training camp. They're in this process. It's tough to see, and we'll talk about it. It's tough to see for some people. There's a lot of good going on there. All right, there's a lot of good going on there, and I can't wait to see it unleashed. Unleashed on the league. Okay, some of the things we're seeing at training camp have got me very, very excited. Speed galore. Speed galore. Speed galore. All right. So all you people who were poo-pooing, well, we don't know what Justin Fields can do as a passer. We don't know. Okay. All right, cool. Keep that same energy. All right. That's why we tell you there's people who understand the game at a different level. I'm one of those people. Okay. I'm trying to tell you that this year's going to be special. I'm trying to tell you that Justin Fields has weapons. I'm trying to tell you the last time Justin Fields had weapons, he took his team, which was Ohio State at the time, to the NCAA championship game. Okay. This is what he did. All right. You have to remember, he didn't have talent. He didn't have a line. He didn't have time to throw. With the speed that they got at wide receiver, with the upgrades in the offensive line, man, watch how he just don't pick apart a lot of teams this year. It may not be all of them. It may not be all of them. Okay, this is the NFL. There's going to be teams that have 1 week they'll have your number. It's the nature of the beast. But don't you dare go and say, "Oh, see, Justin Fields is horrible because this defense stopped them today." Come on now. Come on now. There's a thing called the eye test. You know as well as I do. You don't need stats. You don't need metrics a lot of times. You just got to look what you and see what you see with your eyes. That's what you got to see. Don't worry, you'll see it. You'll see it. You will see it. And it's like, well, here's what all you knuckleheads are going to say. Well, we just didn't know. I had to wait and see. We're trying to tell you what this guy is, but you still want to be negative Nancy. It's the popular thing to be contrarian. Justin Fields is going to be good. Oh, well, he hasn't done this. Okay, great. But you have me and a lot of other people telling you that this dude is going to be the real deal or is the real deal. You have NFL players telling you he was ranked 68th in the NFL's top 100. And if you listen to what the players were talking about, man, the players know. Players know. Let me tell you, they know. They ain't got a front for you, for anybody else. They know who's legit. They know who they got to watch. They know who's a problem. And the things that they said about Justin Fields, both of us said he might be the best running quarterback he's ever seen. Don't worry. It's coming. It's coming. So we got some Bears talk. We got some Cubs and Sox talk. Woo-wee. I am excited. Two teams, different direction. One team is kind of in a holding pattern right now. What are they going to do? We're going to talk about that. Got a little chippy yesterday. Cubs Cards. Nothing new, except I don't know if it was really, really, really necessary. I don't think, but that's what happens when you're a losing team. You get frustrated. And right now, the Cardinals are a losing team. 12 games under 500. Okay. Obviously behind the Cubs. And they took their frustrations out on Ian Happ. I wish I made it to, or I had the audio of the box after. But I mean the booth. And Chip Carey and some other guys. This is meathead fandom, homerism to its finest. It would have been. I'm telling you, they're upset that we'll talk about it. They're just upset that the pitcher got thrown out. And it's like, no. I get why they're upset, but you have to understand. No. So we got a lot to talk about. Baseball. Sox made a big trade. Yay. Sox made a big trade. On Wednesday, Rick Hahn came to the podium Wednesday night talking about it. So we got a lot to talk about. Bears extend one of their own. Whew. So there's a lot to talk about. So let's, as our old Uncle Hawk Harrelson would say, well, sit back, relax, and strap it down. So you know how we do, guys. The first segment of every show is called Top of the Morning.
It won't come just when you want it.
Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you.
Oh, sorry, you caught me pouring my water into my Yeti. The first top of the morning topics. All right. We'll start with them. The Cubs. Cubs with a big win yesterday. Well, where'd you go? Which way'd you go? Cubs with a big win yesterday over the St. Louis Cardinals, 10-3. It was the beatdown. It was a beatdown. Justin Steele was on a bump for the Cubs. He got the win. He's 11-3 on the season. He went 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run, 3 walks, 4 punch-outs. Talkman was 3 for 6 with a homer, his 5th of the year, driving in his 32nd and 33rd runs of the season. Yan Gomes had a nice day at the office, 2 for 4 with a double, his 8th, 3 ribbies, totaling 38 for the season. And this young phenom you see on the screen, Christopher Morel. What a nice day for this youngster yesterday as well. All right, you see him here standing here on second base, but he was 3 for 4 with his 9th 2-bagger of the season, driving in his 47th and 48th runs of the year. Cubs are on fire. Cubs are in playoff mode. All right, they don't have time to bullshit. They ain't messing with you. They're not. They are not messing with you. And they can't. They can't. They need They're in playoff mode. All right, they need to win every single game if they can. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. No cheap losses. They can't afford those. They can't afford to lose teams that they're scheduled to beat or slated to beat. They can't do that. All right, they are in playoff mode, and it's good. It's good for them. All right, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row. Cubs. All right, we'll talk about that more in our baseball talk. But 6 in a row for the Cubs. They're on fire. They're on fire. Can they make it 7, 8, 9, 10? Can they make it 10 in a row? Only time will tell. Only time will tell. The next top of the morning topic, well, my White Sox. My White Sox fall yesterday to the Cleveland Guardians, 6-3. There was literally only one person. No, I mean, I shouldn't say one person who showed up. One person was responsible for all the runs. All right. Dylan Cease was on the bump. He got the start. He got the loss. He's 4-4 on the season. 5 2/3 with 9 hits, 4 earned runs, 2 walks, 5 punch-outs. Jake Berger was 2 for 3 with 2 home runs, his 23rd and 24th of the season, driving in his 49th, 50th, and 51st run of the year. A couple other Sox had hits there, 1 for 4, but really couldn't overcome this 6-3 deficit. Was it Jimenez, Yohan Moncada, and Yasmani Grandal are each 1 for 4. White Sox are now lost 6 in a row. Cubs 1-6. The White Sox, unfortunately, have lost 6 in a row. You're probably asking, well, why are you wearing a Sox jersey? I'll tell you that probably at the end of the show. Still want to... Yeah, probably at the end of the show. But next top of the morning topic, same with the White Sox. White Sox made a huge deal. Big deal. Big trade. White Sox traded Lucas Giolito and Ray Lopez to the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Or is this the LA Angels now? I'm not even sure because they're in Anaheim. They're getting back 2 of their top prospects, top catching prospect. Lucas Giolito's time here was unfulfilled. He was unable to lead his team to a World Series title. He had, I don't want to say mental issues, but he had confidence issues. Ray Lopez was a starter, and he was having his issues until they found a spot for him, and that was in the bullpen. As a bullpen arm, Ray Lopez, wow. He's going to be a valuable asset to this Angels team who said, and come out and said, they're not trading Ohtani. They are going for it. They are going for it. Well, Brandon, the Los Angeles Angels, they play in Orange County. That's why they play in Anaheim. So that's why I didn't remember. I wasn't sure, and they've changed it plenty of times. Angeles Angels of Anaheim, Anaheim Angels. So pardon my French. Pardon moi. My man Brandon Schutz in the house. Good morning, Papa. Luis Mejia, he's in the house. Rise and grind, my friend. Yeah. The purge is not done. I anticipate a couple more people being moved before the trade deadline, which is August 1st. Just a few days away. Who else is going to be jettisoned by this team? I don't know. Maybe some more relievers. A lot of talk about Lance Lynn. We'll talk about that at the bottom of the hour when we get to our baseball talk. Next topic, morning topic, the Bears. Bears have started training camp. I am fired up. I am excited. You should be too. You should be too. Man, Justin Fields looking good, baby. Justin Fields, and we'll talk about him. We'll talk Bears at 10:30. No, 10 o'clock. 10 to about 10:40, we'll talk Bears. Man, Justin Fields is looking good. He's liking his new weapons. Ooh, he's liking his new weapons. I like watching him. Woo, hoo, hoo, hoo. Excuse me. This is going to be quite interesting. Quite. I cannot wait to see this. This is going to be fun. It's about time. And just because the Bears won't win a Super Bowl this year doesn't mean they're not going to be a good team. Doesn't mean they're not going to be an exciting team. Doesn't mean that at all. Doesn't mean that at all. They're going to surprise some people. I told you, watch week 3. Bears at Chiefs. A lot of people think I'm crazy. I'm not crazy at all. Not crazy one iota. Brandon, thank you, Papa. My birthday was on Tuesday, so I appreciate it. Good stuff. So Chase Claypool, when the Bears reported, Chase Claypool was put on the PUP list, and then on Sunday, and then taken off 24 hours later. What the hell was that about? I have no idea. Sent Bears World into a frenzy, so to speak, but he's back. He addressed it. It should be good. I'm not worried about him. I'm not. Next top of the morning topic, the Bears extend one of their own. It's one of their own and not one of their own. What? What are you saying, Shawn? Well, the Bears extend Cole Kmet. 3 years, $50 million. I'm sorry, 4 year, $50 million deal. 32.8 is guaranteed. I know 32.8 million is guaranteed. And this season, he's going to be getting 20 million this season. So congratulations to Cole Kmet, Chicagoland product, St. Viator product out in the northwest suburbs. Gets his 4 year, $50 million deal with 32.8 million guaranteed, and with 20 million of that coming this year. Man, I couldn't be more happier for this young man. Couldn't be. He's busted his tail. I see marked improvement from him for each of his first 3 seasons with the Bears. Last year, he had led the team with 7 touchdowns. Come on, man. There's nothing. And he's a good citizen. You know what I mean? You don't hear about him in the news. You don't hear about him partying. You don't hear. He keeps his head down, and they like that. Just other free agents, especially the Bears ones. Yeah. Pay attention. Now pay attention. And not the last top of the morning topic, but well, I guess it will be. Former Bears defensive tackle Stephen McMichael, who is battling ALS, gets one step closer to the Hall of Fame. The committee narrowed it down. Okay, the committee narrowed it down from 31 to 12. And he's in that final group. He's in that final group. Congratulations to Mongo for that. Because I'm telling you, first of all, his numbers are as good as or better than some of the people in the Hall of Fame. Secondly, if you didn't know, he is battling Lou Gehrig's disease, ALS. Okay? and it would be great for him to get into the Hall of Fame while he's still alive. I understand him recently. Yeah, he's not. He's a shell of his former self, but it doesn't mean he's still not alive. It doesn't mean he's still not witty. It doesn't mean his personality doesn't come through. This is what. So he'll get it. He'll understand it, and it's well worth it. So good luck to him. Moving into the final stage, I'd love to see him. I'd love to see it. Well, listen, we got to take a quick break. On the other side of the break, we have some baseball talk. So don't go anywhere, folks. Keep it locked right here, Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago.
How do you take care of your mind health?
For my mental health, I meditate in the mornings.
I have my dogs. They're the best.
I just find ways that help me just relax.
Finding things that make me happy, like being close to my family.
I meditate a lot and read books.
I have hobbies outside of the game. I'm able to switch off. I'm able to turn my brain off from the game of basketball.
Your mind health matters.
Your mind health matters.
Yeah, hello. I'm really not sure if this is what you all do, but I really don't have anywhere else to turn.
Hi. I don't even know why I'm calling right now. I'm sorry. My thoughts are going a mile a minute.
My kids are out of state. My buddies from the army are all gone now. I'm really alone.
I left the service last year. My mom just passed away a few months ago. I miss so much time with her. I keep getting calls about the bills, and I'm trying to get a job, but I feel so stuck.
Okay, ma'am. I'm glad you called.
Okay, sir. Let's stay on the line and walk through some things.
Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Hey, it's your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel. You can find us at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
And the pitch to Dansby. Inside, Cubs lead 1-0. A bases-loaded walk on 4 pitches to Swanson.
Here's Morrell now. And that's hammered left field corner. That one hooking, and that's a fair ball. It'll bang up against the wall, over the wall, automatic double. 2 are going to come in to score. Morrell.
4 different teams he has played for.
The other way. Oh, Nico on the dive, and he stole a hit from him. That's a Gold Glove play. Nico Horner. I mean, full extended batter Mike Tauchman.
Tauchman drives one in the air, deep right center, going back toward the track. Near the wall is Jordan Walker, and that ball is going to be gone. Home run, right center, Mike Tauchman. Cubs now lead 7-1.
Back to Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago. Those clips courtesy of the Marquee Network. Those are the Cubbies. Your Cubbies. Your Cubbies. Not mine. Yours. What a big win over the Cardinals yesterday. And as I said earlier, they're in playoff mode. Okay, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. All right, they are fighting for a wild card spot. They have a chance at the division. Okay, right now they're 5.5 games out. They're 4 games behind Cincinnati, who's a game and a half behind Milwaukee. There's time. The trade deadline is August 1st. All right, that is Tuesday. So they have to decide. I think they're in a holding pattern right now. Are they going to be buyers or are they going to be sellers? I think they need to be buyers. This Cub team needs to be buyers. And I understand. I get it if you want them to be sellers. All right, you don't think you're gonna get Cody Bellinger back. Okay, you don't think so? Okay, I see that. I see your point. I don't know if I agree with it, but I see it. All right, you're not going to be able to sign Marcus Stroman. Okay, so you want to get rid of him? Okay, cool. But what is that telling your fan base? What's that telling your fan base if you start selling? That you're full of shit is what it tells them. All right? It's what it tells them. So now here's the situation. You might not get Cody Bellinger and Marcus Stroman in free agency. Okay? You might not. But if you go for it now, it tells your fan base we're in. It tells your fan base we are all about winning. Yes, we've made Wrigleyville even more popular and more attractive and get people down here to their hotels, to the rooftops, the game day experience at Wrigley. Yeah. Fans are going to continue to believe in your team. You start buying, they're like, okay, the Cubs are about winning. If you sell, you're not about winning. You're like, we'll do it next year. How many times next year? It was 108 next year's the last time. Am I lying? Where's the lie? Okay, you must show your fan base that you are about winning. You're asking them to pay all this money. Cubs tickets are not cheap. Beers are not cheap. Hot dogs are not cheap. Nachos are not cheap. Churros and funnel cakes are not cheap at the ballpark. So they need to show the fans that they're trying to win. And to do that, they need to not sell. They need to buy. They can't be stand-patters. Nuh-uh. They can't be stayers. No. You need to buy. You need to buy. And I think that'll go a long way with the Cub fan base. Because now then it looks like you give a damn. Now it looks like you're about winning at all costs. And isn't that what's most important? To win? I know from a business perspective, it's to make the most money. But you still want to win, don't you? Especially if you have the opportunity. You know, something happened yesterday in the Cardinals game. Really annoyed with it. I was annoyed. You know, well, you know what? Let's check it out. Let's check it out. This was what happened yesterday during the Cubs game. It's a 2-part situation. The first part happened, and the second was in retaliation to this.
Oh, on the big backswing. Hap got Contreras in the helmet. The mask knocked away.
It's good to just see Wilson standing up alert, but you see the blood all over his hand, obviously covering the wound there with the towel.
Nobody feels worse about that than Ian Happ, obviously. Well, here comes to continue. Message might have been sent there. 3 balls and a strike. And another message sent. Buzzed the tower once, got him flush the second time, and now let's see if the umpires issue warnings after Happ knocked Contreras from the game.
The right way. They're going to talk it over. They'll issue warnings.
They'll throw him out? Wow, they've just thrown Michaelis out of the game.
You got to be kidding me.
And now things get even more dicey for the Cardinals.
Yeah, that clip was courtesy of Bally's. That was the Cardinals team, and I'm glad Steve got that particular one. Thanks, Steve. I'm glad you got that one. People are talking about doing it the right way, and about listen. That was an accident. One of the things that Steve-O didn't get in there was after the at bat, Contreras and Happ hugged it out. They're like, no, I get it. It was an accident, no big deal. Listen, Wilson has still got friends over here. Wilson, I know he left in kind of a shitty way, talked some shit while on the way out. Okay, but it doesn't mean he doesn't have friends over here. He's been in this organization since he was 16. 16 years old. He's been in the Chicago Cubs organization. Come on. You're gonna make friends. You're going to have a lot of feelings for people in this organization. Because right now, he's 31. He's been to the Cub organization for 15 years, about 15 years. Come on, man. And then the pitcher I was a little annoyed. Like, why are you doing this? It wasn't no message needed to be sent. You know, Miles Mikolas didn't need to send a message. It was a mistake. First of all, maybe it's the catcher's fault because you get the batter gets the whole box. The batter gets the whole box. Up, down, forward, backward, in, out. As long as he's in that box, on that line somewhere in that box, he's good. And if that backswing catches you, then guess what? Catcher needs to be back a little further. But it was an accident. They are not on bad terms. And for you, first he buzzed the tower. For those of you who don't know what that means, it was a high pitch, high and inside, high and tight inside. When I say buzz the tower, it's like when you do a flyby by the air traffic controller station, the air tower, and you come really close. You're like, whoa, it's really close. That's what they mean when they say buzz the tower. The umpire should have gave a warning then, but he didn't think anything of it. Okay, pitches get away, no problem. But then the next pitch, he hits him. And listen, those guys were annoyed that he didn't get a warning, which he should have got. But you understand, there was no need for it. There was no need for that. The frustrations for Mikolas took over. Wasn't defending. There's no need to defend Wilson Contreras. That wasn't an attack against Wilson Contreras by Ian Happ in any way, shape, or form. When they interviewed Wilson, he's like, he said, I'm not going to speak for him or say what he was going to do. But he's just like, we're good. Me and Ian Happ are good. It was an accident. It was an accident. Maybe people got crazy or freaked out because of the blood. Oh, God, stop. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. Trust me. But I thought that was Bush League. I thought it was uncalled for. I know he hit him in the hip. No major organs are going to get damaged if you get hit in the hip or the ass. Okay, I get it. But there's still no need for that. But that's the hatred and the intensity of this rivalry, of the Cubs, Cards rivalry. Even though the Cards are behind them and probably not anywhere near the playoffs, even wild card, it's the rivalry between those two teams is still there. It's still there. But I thought that was Bush League. I thought it was completely unnecessary. And him getting thrown out is the right call. Now, what would have made it a perfect call is if he got warned the play before when he buzzed the tower. But again, you didn't know that that's what he was doing. You didn't know that's what he was doing because if Ian Happ and Wilson Contreras hugged it out, they're like, "Oh, we're good. No, I'm sorry." He's like, "Oh, I got you, Papa. No, you're good. You're good." They hugged it out. So cool. So you don't think there's anything going on? Anything? You think it's dead right there? That whole situation. Okay, I get it. So the inside pitch, buzzing the tower. Okay, could have been a slip, but he should have warned him just in case. The ump should have warned him. Said, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa! I'm giving warnings to both dugouts," and it could have ended. So when he threw out Mikolas on the next pitch after he hit him, I can see why they're mad, but you have to understand. You have to understand. You can't just go hit people. You buzz the tower. You sent your message. Okay, message delivered. Nice and high and tight. Message delivered. But to hit him? Come on, man. Come on, man. Cornelius, I hate to say this, dude. I do. I really hate to say this. Okay, so you know what? I'm not going to say it. You did. You're them or the Padres. You're them or the Padres. The Braves overall are having probably the best season, but for the last month, yeah, the Cubs are the Padres. And yeah. Let's see. The Cubs 8-2 in their last 10 games. In the last 10 games, they have the best record. They're 8-2. That's the best in baseball in the last 10 games. Cubs are on a mission. They're there to play for something. And I shouldn't have said the Padres. It was what was it? It wasn't the Padres. I was thinking of Manny Machado because Manny Machado and Bellinger are the two guys who in the last 30 days have been freaking hot, white hot. And the Braves are having the best season, but the Cubs might be the hottest in this last month. You know, yeah, you're glad he didn't charge him. I can see that because he probably would have got suspended. Okay, and right now, that shows the maturity of this team. Ian Happ is not a youngster. He is a vet. He's been here, I don't know, 2015, 2016 is when he first got here. Okay, so he's been here a while. He understood what was going on. But he also understood that if you charge him on and you get suspended, you're not helping your team. Now you're going to be suspended and you're going to be away from the team. That's not going to help you win games. When you are one of the people that they count on. Not that they need you, but you are one of the people that they count on. So I agree. Glad they didn't do it. Glad he didn't charge them out. Glad it ended there. And I'm also glad the pitcher got thrown out. Okay. Big mistake by the umpire not issuing the warning. But again, you have to err on the side of caution. Even if it's not a message being sent and it does get away, you still give the warning. You have to understand that, you know, who's pitch. I mean, who's at bat? Who's the one at bat? Oh, it's Happ. The last time he hit him with the bat, there could be some payback coming. Keep an eye out for it. And that first pitch, buzzing the tower, that was a payback. That was a message. Ump should have called, stopped the game, issued warnings to both teams, and then continued to play. That was the ump's fault. But you don't get to go hit the dude next without any repercussions. Sorry. Call me what you want, but no. Because what if it wasn't in the ass? What if it was in the knee? What if it was in the knee? Oh, now there's issues. Because now what if he had a tendon? Swelling? Just can't do that. Not because, and I'm old school, but I'm saying this was a dead issue. That's why. That's why it was wrong. It was a dead issue. Contreras had no problem with it. Ian Happ had no problem with it. They hugged it out. You ended some crazy shit on your own. How about this Cubs team? Understanding that they have to make a run, understanding that they're trying to get in the playoffs and there's no room for error because they're in third place, and them showing up every God bless the day and taking no prisoners. Chris Morrell, Cody Bellinger, Dansby Swanson, Heiya Suzuki, Talkman. Come on. This team is playing great. And I don't hear any of the David Ross haters that we heard about a month and a half ago. Where did they all go? Fire Rossi, fire David Ross. He's old, he's this, he's that. Where are all those guys? Where are all them people at? Cubs just won 6 in a row. Where are they at? Where are those haters at? Nowhere. Hiding out underneath a rock because they can't say shit. The Cubs are going to do it, and they're going to make some noise. Justin Steele. Who was the pitcher in that one? I forgot who pitched yesterday. Yeah, it was Justin Steele. Justin Steele, Marcus Stroman, Jameson Taillon. Taillon's been looking much better. Drew Smiley. This pitching staff is rounding into a rather above average to really, really damn good pitching staff. They can be a problem. So now the question is, what do they need? What would you go get if you're a Cub fan? If you're Jed, what do you go get? You're talking buyers, sellers, or stayers. You don't want to be. You don't want to stand patters. You don't want to be that. You don't want to stay. Okay, cool. You don't want to sell because that just tells your whole fan base, screw this. We're giving up. So you got to be buyers. But what do you need? What do you want? If you're buying, what do you want to buy? I personally think get a left-handed stick. Get a big left-handed bat. If you can get a starter, or if you can get a lockdown closer, I think that would go very well with this team this year. Very well. What are you going to give away? You have a lot of prospects in the minors that can be bartered. But do you want to give it all up for 1 year? You're not going to win the World Series, so is it worth it? You're not winning the World Series this year, so if you buy, it means you have to trade some pieces away, and you might not get one of those pieces back. You might not get back a Marcus Stroman. You might not get back a Cody Bellinger. They may sign elsewhere. So now you're in a pickle. Jed, you're in a pickle. But I think he needs to buy. I think it's good business. I think it's show good faith to your fans. I think it works. I think it works. So then what do we get? Like I said, give me a left-handed bat. If you can find a closer, great. If not, maybe get a middle reliever or maybe get a starter, a fifth starter. But I mean, listen who you got. You got Marcus Stroman, got the professor, Drew Smiley, Justin Steele. You might not need a fifth starter. I forgot who the other Cub pitcher is. Stroman, the professor, Taillon. Steele and Smiley. Those 5. I can even go with that. If you just want to get some help in the bullpen, I'm cool with it. But get a left-handed bat. Get a left-handed bat. As an analyst, I thought it was great. As a Sox fan, I thought it was horrible that they stole. But I think the Cubs need to keep stealing bases at the rate that they're stealing. They stole 9 bases in 2 games against the White Sox. You do that, you put a lot of pressure on the opposing team, on the pitcher. Because now him making a throw, it gets away. What if the guy's on third? That's a run. An unearned run. So it's a wild pitch, wild pitch, E1. I like to see him continue to keep running the base paths. That's what I wanted my White Sox to do, run the base paths. You got speed, you got youth, you got exuberance, you got explosiveness. Run. Just run, baby. To borrow an adapted term of Al Davis. just run, just win, baby. Just run. It puts you in scoring positions. It puts stress on the defense. It forces the fact that if there's a bad throw or the ball kicks away, you could have another base. Cubs need to push the pedal to the metal in trying to get into these playoffs, trying to win the division. But first, you want to get in the wild card, and then when you're in the wild card, now you can maneuver and say, okay, we have X amount of games, X amount of games against a team in the first place in our division. We can focus on them there. Focus on them there. Do you want Belly? Do you think listen, he's not signing while he's playing. But you got to bring one of those guys back. Bellinger or Stroman? Me personally, I think you go after Bellinger. I mean, you have the money to sign both. That'll probably nip it in the bud as far as your free agents. I mean, it's just small moves you'll make. But you want Christopher Morel taking another step forward. You want Patrick Wisdom taking another step forward. You want Tuchman taking another step forward. You want these guys taking a step forward so you don't have to go out and get one of those big bopper bats or get something in free agency because you're going to end up overpaying if you deal with the deadline. Because the person with all the leverage is the person with the player that you want because they don't have to trade them. Or if they have multiple offers, they can go to whoever they want to deal with. So this Cub team, it's got to be good for you Cub fans. It's got to be good. Back to playoff contention. Back to the excitingness of the excitement of the games. They mean something. You're fighting for something, and that's what keeps fan bases around. They're ecstatic about that. Cubs are reminding me of the 1997 Miami Marlins. Okay. Cornelius, I'm sick of the Cubs constantly rebuilding. Yeah. But look what happened in their last rebuild. As much as I hate to say it, look what happened. Right? It didn't happen on the South Side, but I do get what you're saying. I do get what you're saying. Is this team ever going to be ready again where you can move in 1 or 2 pieces or alternate 1 or 2 pieces? All right. Have a stud pitching rotation, key hits. Is that too much to ask? It might be. But I don't know. But listen, we're going to take a quick break. On the other side of the break, we're going to talk a little Bears. Bears football, baby. Listen, also trying to get my guy Roberto Ramirez. He has a fighter coming up, or he's actually is he in Vegas? One of his fighters. He trains MMA fighters. Remember, he's been in the thread a couple times saying, "Hey, Shawn, you got to come to my gym. Come to my gym." I just haven't had a chance to get down there. One of his fighters is fighting in UFC, the UFC event tomorrow. So we're going to try and get a hold of him about 10:40, close out the show, give more exposure. If guys are interested in MMA, holler at my guy. All right? But in the meantime, we're going to take a quick break. And on the other side of the break, more sports conversation. So don't go anywhere, folks. Keep it locked right here. Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago.
Off the fake. Fields against the grain. Finds Jesse James. Field. With time. Delivers down the field. And Tom Murray. Still running. Made one way. Fields stumbling. Trying to cut it back. Justin Fields making magic happen. There goes Fields. Touchdown.
How do you take care of your mind health?
For my mental health, I meditate in the mornings.
I have my dogs. They're the best.
I just find ways that help me just relax.
Finding things that make me happy, like being close to my family.
I meditate a lot and read books.
I have hobbies outside of the game. I'm able to switch off. I'm able to turn my brain off from the game of basketball.
Your mind health matters.
Your mind health matters.
Hey, it's your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms, on Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel. You can find us at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
Everybody in a work zone is someone's somebody.
This is my mom. She works for KDOT.
This is my dad.
This is my mom.
This is my daddy.
This is my sister.
This is my daddy.
This is my son, Scott. He was killed while working in a highway work zone. When you drive through a work zone, drive like a life depends on it. Because it does.
Order up. Thank you. When I want to give up, I try to focus on getting to the next minute, then the next hour, and the next day.
It might not seem like it right now, but there are people out there like me who want to listen and support you for the long haul.
And I found someone to talk to, someone who listened.
You are not alone.
Hey, this is Dr. J, and I listen to Shawn and Maya in the morning.
Welcome back to Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago. Those clips courtesy of ChicagoBears.com. You know what? That got me fired up. That got me that clip. That you know what? I want to watch this shit again. Go DJ. That's my DJ. Go DJ. That's my DJ. DJ Moore, baby. You know what? Bump it. Let's watch this again.
Come on, replace the bass. Play, get ready for the drop, and after let's rock.
Woo-wee! DJ Moore with a little back shoulder throw. I love it. I love it. I love it. And Tyler Scott says, "Oh, You think you can hang with this? You think you can hang with this? Let me show you what speed looks like, young man. Let me show you what speed looks like. Oh, my goodness. And then yesterday also they connected again. Justin Fields, DJ Moore, another deep ball. Man, listen. I'm telling you, there are certain things that happen. All right? There's certain things that happen. Drafting Tyler Scott. Going to get DJ Moore. Or getting, not even going to get. Getting DJ Moore. Upgrading the offensive line. All these things. All these, one, you know, it's kind of like, you know, there's an old saying. It says, snowflakes are the most fragile thing on the face of the earth. Look what happens when they stick together. Snowflakes are the most fragile thing on the face of the earth. But look what happens when they stick together. What that means is, because if you ever see a snowflake, it falls in your hand, it melts. Yeah, we're done. Catch it on your tongue and it falls in your nose. The heat, it melts, you're done. But once they start sticking together, they could shut down cities, states, areas. And what that means, you add one move, then another move, then another move, then another move. And all these moves that you add equal to something great, something powerful. You know, this is, for us Bear fans, lifelong Bear fans, we love this. Us football, if you're not a lifelong Bear fan, you love it. If you're a lifelong Bear fan and a football guy, you love it even more. Because you see things that other people don't see. You understand it in a different way. And not to say we're not making us better than anyone else. It's just we look at it differently because of our experience. Almost all the boxes, edge rusher. But maybe they do have it. Maybe Terrell Lewis, the kid out of Alabama, can do it. But they, so let me say this. They did get Walker. So he's a defensive end. Okay, so they did address it. But they didn't get the great pass rusher, edge rusher, a 3-tech. They got some guys to rotate. But according to this, I will say they got all the boxes. Now, they didn't get the talent for each of the boxes, but they put it this way, they upgraded every box that they needed to check. How's that? They upgraded every place they needed to upgrade. Okay? I can, according to this, I can meet you there. They upgraded every spot that they needed to upgrade. Now, how high they upgraded, how much they upgraded, I don't know if they reached that level that they wanted, but they upgraded. And where we started off last year, or ended last year, we were abysmal. Abysmal. So I love it. So I'm fired up, as you can tell. And one of the things that they did, we talking about Snowflake, one of the things that they did was, okay, they go get DJ Moore. They draft Tyler Scott. They tell Bayless, they draft Tyler Scott. You know what that did? That made Bayless Jones say, oh, shit. Okay. They went and got Chase Claypool. They went and got Robert Tonyan in the offseason. Then, the other day, they extend Cole Kmet. their guy. Actually, I take that back. He's not their guy, which is what's shocking. This is a Ryan Pace pick, not a Ryan Poles selection. Extended 4 years, $50 million, $32.8 million guaranteed, 20 this season. Dinner's on you, Papa. That's for sure. Dinner is on you, Cole. Peep this.
Fake to Herbert. Fields to the end zone. He's got Cole Kmet.
25 at the 19 of Miami, 1st and 10. And here goes Phillips chasing the quarterback. Kmet again with a block and a touchdown.
Fields on the run. Throwing for the end zone. Kmet leaping high to pull it in for a Bears touchdown. 2nd and 1. Fields setting up, looking deep. Kmet wide open. He's got it. Cole Kmet to the house. 50-yard Bears touchdown.
How much did you love seeing that last year? How much? Those clips courtesy of CBS and Fox. How much did you love seeing that last year? Snowflakes. One by one by one. One by one by one. One small move, next move, next move, next move, next move. All of a sudden you look back and that's a lot of moves you made. That's a lot of improvement you've made. Cornelius, I'll tell you what, I think that's what they did. You got Walker. Okay, you got Billings. All right, a big run stuffer up the middle. You got those two young athletic guys that you drafted and Javon Dexter Sr., okay, and Zach with 2C Pickens. Okay, I think those guys in the rotation, not to mention Travis Bell. All right, you still have the defensive end from last year, the quarterback who went to defense. I can't think of his name. Someone put his name up there. I can't remember the D tackle that they quarterback and ended up at D tackle. I think they got don't forget Travis Gibson. So I think they got a lot of nice pieces. Again, no superstars in the pass rush yet that we've seen, but that's okay. You stop the run, and I agree with you, Cornelius. What I think will happen is you stop the run. Now you can play games. Now it's 3rd and 8. You know you're passing. They know they're passing. Everybody knows they're passing. Yeah. Yeah. This is going to be one heck of a season watching Justin do his thing. I'm excited for the running back position. I'm excited for the wide receiver position. I mean, it's easy to talk about Justin Fields, but let's talk about the wide receivers. Like every day in camp, the roles are getting more and more and more clear. Not that we didn't know DJ was number 1 already. We didn't. Who's number 1? DJ. We know that. But the plays he's making every day, guess what? That raises the level of competition in that wide receiver room. All right, Tyler Scott, you see him on that go route. You know why? He's trying to show out. He wants playing time. He wants to show I can belong here. DJ, you're the number 1, but guess what? I'm the fastest dude out here. Watch. What if Tyler Scott becomes a Randy Moss type dude where as soon as he's about even, he's not even with it. As soon as he's about even with the quarterback, he's like, throw it up. Throw it up. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. Just throw it up. Just throw it out there. You know what I mean? And that's a weapon, because if that's the case, if he's even, the old saying, if I'm even, I'm leaving. Now that screws with the safety. Safety's got to come over if he's beating that cornerback and they're in man or they're in zone. If they're in a cover 2 and he gets a free release and gets outside, there's nobody behind that cornerback until the safety. And Justin puts it on a rope. And now it's a race to the goal line. And what that does, that pulls the safety over. And that leaves the whole middle of the field wide open for the newly extended tight end, Cole Kmet. The newly signed tight end, Robert Tonyan. Chase Claypool. Darnell Mooney with digs, deep ends. Or hell, DJ Moore with a deep end from the backside. It opens up a lot. I'm really looking forward to the creativity. I mentioned this before. I've mentioned it before. The creativity of Getsy. How creative are you going to be with this offense? I know you got the stud running backs with Khalil Herbert. I know you got Deontay Foreman, who had a phenomenal season last year. I know you got a guy who you anticipate is going to be your number one running back sometime this year, maybe, but if not, most likely next year. So you got 3 stud running backs. Are you going to continue to pound the ball? Are you going to get funky with it? You're going to bring in offensive linemen and have them report as eligible? You're going to really put the fear of God in our... This is what I want. I want them to put the fear of God in our run game. Put the fear of God in our run game. Like we can't stop them short of 3-4 yards every time they touch the ball. 4 yards, you lose a game. Defense, whoever the opposing team loses. You rush for 4 yards, 3 times 4 is 12. You're moving to 6. 3 plays, first down. 3 plays, first down. 3 plays, first down. Obviously, it doesn't work like that, but realistically. But I'm saying you average 4 yards a carry. Yep. And that's going to open a door for, and we're not even talking if Justin Fields runs the ball on breakdowns. We're not even talking Justin Fields at that point, running. But they've looked good. They've looked good. You know, we're going to get our guys in here, Herb Howard. We're going to get Zach Pearson up here talking on here. And, you know, I just want to hear what they have to say. I just want to hear what they feel. You know, they said they saw Tyler Scott. They said that speed's real. That speed is real. Real. Excuse me. That's going to be fun to watch. Defensively, that's going to be fun to watch too. This team overall is going to be good. I'm really looking forward to the defensive secondary battles. All right, Tyreek Stevenson, he's been working with the ones. All right, for all intents and purposes, it seems like it's his job to lose. Okay, no problem. But you also got other guys. You still got Kendall Vildor. You still got James Jones. No. It's James Johnson, James. The other Jalen. I can't think of his name. Other DB. The kid you got out of Terrell Scott. No, not Terrell Scott. The kid you got out of Minnesota. All right. You have, and remember, I told you he's going to be, in case you can't sign Jalen Johnson, he's going to be that dude. A year in the system. A year. Where's he at? Here. Terrell Smith, yeah. A year in the system. A big physical, another physical corner. So you can add them in the run game. I think you're right, Cornelius. I think the teams do have to pick their poison. Because, as we've said a trillion times in this show, people forget Justin Fields is not a running quarterback. Not when he's got time, not when he's got talent. Come on, man. We've seen what he's done. We've seen it at Ohio State when he had talent, he had time, when he's throwing to Olave and Garrett. Okay, he's just slinging the ball all over the field. All we need to do is keep him upright. Keep him upright. And I anticipate that same shit happening here. Because we've seen throws. Look at the throws. Dropping it in a bucket. Over the outside shoulder down a go route. Putting some zip on the ball. Throwing it out past the defender's hands into the hands of his receiver. We've seen it. Just hasn't been consistent. That's all. Give him time. I wonder how Matt Eberflus is going to coach. All right, are you going to be more demanding of your players, or you're more demanding last year because you're trying to change the culture? You're going to be all in their face. Hey, we can't do that. I can't, dropping passes or missed assignments. How are you going to be? Are you going to tell the coordinators to put their foot on their throat when people put their foot on their throats, not to take it off? I like Eberflus. I hope he instructs his coordinators, offensive coordinator, and Luke Getsy. Listen, Luke, it's not our job to stop us from scoring. Remember that. Defense, you have to earn the right to rush the passer. Stop that God-blessed run. Stop it. Stop it. You stop it, good things happen. See, now the one thing we hope, hey, listen, let's not get hurt. And we can't worry about that. But that's the only thing that's going to derail us from having a very, very big improvement this season is injury. It's the only thing. A lot of people aren't going to like it. A lot of people aren't going to like that I said that. But you know what? Oh, well. And I know people talk about, well, you had a good year coming off of in 18 with Mr. Trubisky and blah, 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 blah. Okay, I get it. He had a good year. But never once did you, let me ask you this, and here's where the eye contest comes in. Did you have this feeling about Trubisky like we do about Fields? Do you have that? Because we know he can beat you with his legs. We know he can throw the ball deep. We know he can pick you apart. But I was in college. He's done some things that show you flashes he can do it here. But can he be consistent? Because if he is, which I'm expecting him to be, but if he is, come on now. Certain things you see, certain things are inevitable. And barring injury, Justin Fields taking a step forward, taking his game to the next level. So he could take his game into you got the elite quarterbacks, and you have the really good quarterbacks. I think he could be in the middle to upper range of the really good quarterbacks next season, or this season, I should say. 24. And I think by the end of this season, he'll be knocking at the door, ready to kick down the door of the elite into the elite status. But you got to keep him healthy. You got to provide. And this is why Ryan Pace did everything he did. Got running backs, got linemen, got receivers. All right, here you go. I'm not going to say there's no more excuses for Justin Fields because he didn't make it. These aren't excuses. They are legitimate reasons. I couldn't. People say, well, you sound like excuses. It's not excuses. Again, if you don't know the game, it's easy to say, well, a reason is an excuse. Now it provides Justin Fields with everything he needs. So now you can let him cook. Now you can say, okay, good. Let me back off. Do what you do best. Do what you do best. I talked about his aura. I talked about his confidence. I talked about growing. And the one thing I liked is you never heard Justin Fields complain, ever. Ever. Never saying I need more help. I need better offensive linemen. I need this. I need that. Never heard a complaint. Went about his business. And almost single-handedly won 3 or 4 games last year by himself. When plays break down, starting with the Miami game. Whoop. He's running. Looks like he's running to his left, turns his hips, almost cocks his arm. He fake pumps it. The dude is about to, the DB's about who's closest to him is about to tackle. All of a sudden goes for the pump fake, and as he does, too late, Justin's gone. I'm anxious to see this offensive line and how they hold up. Darnell Wright, welcome to the big league, son. That's hold your old. Hey, he did well at Tennessee. He did well. And you're facing the top rusher in the SEC. You're facing them on a daily basis. Will Anderson, gave him fits. Joe Smith gave him fits. All the stud defensive ends, they talked about Darnell Wright. This could just be nothing more, nothing less. Just a great, great draft by Ryan Poles. Could be. Because you get production people down later in the draft. What if Sewell gives you a phenomenal year? Maybe it's just special teams. Maybe it's once or twice, a couple of key plays. He comes in on passing downs. He's part of a stunt, gets to the quarterback. Maybe he doesn't either sacks him or causes them some discomfort, leading to a sack. They got to get the ball out quicker. Tyler Scott, him. Come on, man. This team is built to win. Now, they still got to go play the games. You still got to play the games. But I think the character makeup, which we've heard from Ryan Poles ever since he took over day one, character matters. The characters, these guys, I don't think they're going to get too celebratory if they're winning. I think they still want to grind. I think they still want to prove they're out to prove that they are a great team. How about they're a really good team? That's fine. They're grinding to prove that. And the character of these guys isn't going to let them waver from that. Not going to get them cocky or arrogant. And I love that. I love it. If it comes to that point, Justin will step in like, we need to cut this stuff back. Drop back a little bit. We don't need all this hoopla, all this other stuff. We got to get back to the basics of this game. Chase Claypool is in a contract year. What is he going to do? I know I have my thing about Chase. And I was saying when he was in Paris and I didn't see him practicing in Miami. I remember I said I was a little concerned because I want my guys there. Apparently he's been working with Justin this entire offseason. And we don't see it. We only see what's put out there on social media. And we make our assessments from there. And us not seeing him there, we made the assessment that he's over in Europe modeling or working with the NFL. I was not very nice to Chase Claypool. I don't take it back either. You have the right to do whatever you want. You could train in silence, train without putting on social media. I get it. That's cool. But if you want that narrative to change, you got to let people know you're doing the work. I mean, if you're content with not having people, not caring about people understanding your side, that's cool too. Just realize that people are going to talk, and which is my job. People are going to talk and say, where is he at? So the choice is yours, Chase. You could have had a couple videos in there like you did recently and saying you're going back home. Cool. But that's one dude that I really want to get off this year, Chase Claypool. I really want Chase to go ham. Because I don't know if they're going to keep both him and Darnell Mooney. Especially if Tyler Scott blows up, especially if Velus Jones. I think Velus Jones right now, from what I was reading, most likely they're going to stick with him to returns. All right, kickoff returns, which is fine. I think he's going to have to earn his way some playing time, which is fine. I'm okay. I'm okay with having people work and fight for a spot. Crazy, huh? What the hell is this old man with this crazy idea where you have to earn your spot? Nutso. Straight nutso. Hallis Hall is going to be, I wonder, is it sunny out by you guys? Because it was rain. It came down dogs today earlier at CrossFit. Whew, we had just finished the workout. The garage door was open and it was coming down. Me in the mall. It's coming down. Oh, yeah. Told you. See? That's crazy. I'm also looking to see some of the mainstays. I want to see Travis Gibson. I want to see him. I want to see how he progresses through camp. Because Dominique Robinson, there you go. That was the other guy. I want to see how he has progressed. I want to see how Braxton Jones can anchor now. I want to see it. Is it a strong enough anchor to handle pass rushers, pass rushing specialists, Pro Bowlers, all pros? Is it good enough to handle those guys? Because if it is, you better watch out. Justin Fields will have close to, or if not over, 4,000 yards. If he knows he has his backside covered completely, and you give up like 3 sacks all season, he's going to stand in the pocket as long as he wants, knowing you got his backside. So I want to see the steps that have been taken by these guys who needed steps to take. Tevin Jenkins, how healthy are you? Braxton Jones, as I said, can you anchor? You got bigger thighs, bigger hamstrings, bigger glutes. You stronger? How much stronger are you? Nasty Nate Davis, how nasty are you? How fired up are you to be part of this team? Or did you just come for the money? I don't believe so. I don't think Ryan Poles is going to sign somebody who's just about the money. I think, again, we talk about character. I think the character issues are important for him. So Ben Davis, I would assume, is a man of good character who happens to like to drive defensive tackles off the field. You know what I was thinking? I thought of this the other day, and I busted out laughing. I was like, you're a damn fool. What if Tevin Jenkins and Nate Davis slam their 2 guys, drive their 2 guys off the ball and hit each other? I know most likely won't happen because if you're in a run blocking, you're in a zone blocking scheme, you're going to be going one way. All 3 are going to be going 4, 5 going to the left, 5 going to the right, whatever. But if you're going to the left and all of a sudden the dude tries to sneak into your right, Tevin Jenkins turns him. Nasty Nate takes a nose guard or a 3-tech, shoves him into Devin Jenkins, guys, both defenders fall down. This is what I'm looking at. This is what I'm looking forward to seeing. And both of them having a laugh, or even Nate doing like a Rikishi, just falling on him. So this way you can't get up and make the play. Really? Herb Howard thinks Tevin and DeMarcus Walker are going to fight. Good. 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 I love, trust me, you got a guy in this thread here, my guy Junior, he would fight every year. Camp would not start until Junior got into a fight. Am I lying, Junior? Am I lying? Oh, you did, huh? You did. That's hilarious. You know what? I love it. I love it. Get a little frustration out. You're going to get tired of hitting the same dudes over and over and over again. Like, yeah. All right, he's getting on your nerves. You're getting on his nerves. He knows your secret sauce, your angles. You know his. You know his weaknesses. He knows yours. Yeah. In the first preseason game, when you finally get fresh meat and you get to unleash. Because they don't know your tendencies. They don't know how dominating you are. They don't. Now you get to do it on someone else. That is dope. Yeah, I remember the just middle linebacker. Oh, I remember that. That's awesome. That is awesome. Glory days. Yeah, they'll pass you by. Glory days. Oh, me and Junior always say that, to be young again. Because I came to the Chargers when I was 26, 25 years old. Did I play that first year? No, I was 96. 96, 97, 98. 97, 98, yeah, 98. When I came home on my birthday, July 25th, 1996. I didn't play that first year, but I played the 1997. 97, 98, 99, he won the national championship. Yeah. That's nuts. That's great stuff. What do you guys think? What do you? I'm loving the comments. I'm loving the, you know, what about the Detroit Lions? Are you leery of them at all? I am. I am definitely leery of them. I know I talk shit about Detroit and say they're going to Detroit themselves, but man, the culture that Dan Campbell has built has really got me concerned. What if Christian Watson and Romeo Dobbs click with Jordan Love? Because you know Green Bay's got a great running game. They have a phenomenal running game. And now you got a quarterback and two stud receivers on the same page with a great running game. Come on, man. That's dangerous. So I am concerned. There are a couple things that I don't know who Don Burr is. I don't know who that is, Patty. I don't know who that is. But listen, we're going to take a quick break. And I didn't lie, but my guy Roberto Ramirez is going to call. He's calling from, one of his fighters is in the UFC, on the UFC card tomorrow. Forgot where's he going to be at? He told me. Salt Lake City. He's in Salt Lake City right now. So his fighter's making his debut this Saturday at UFC in the Salt Lake City, in the UFC, I don't know, 291, whatever it is. And he's going to come live to us from Salt Lake City. So we're going to talk a little MMA to close out the week. So keep it locked right here. My man Roberto Ramirez coming up next on Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago. Hey, it's your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms, on Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel. You can find us at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
Time out. How are you feeling right now? Happy? Excited? Angry? Overwhelmed? One of the best things you can do for your mind health is to name what you're feeling. It can sharpen your awareness and help you talk about your feelings with someone you trust. Here are 3 questions to ask yourself. Where are your thoughts right now? In the past, the present, the future? Do you notice any sensations in your body? Is your heart beating fast? Is there a flutter in your stomach? Or are you fully relaxed? What do you need right now? Time with others? Time to yourself? Remember, there's power in this awareness. So find ways to identify what you're feeling today.
At a time when the news seems as subjective as the partisan politics dividing this country, independent professional journalism has become a resource people need to get the honest and accurate information for their lives. That's why I created JQuinnReports.com. As a born and raised Chicagoan, I know this city better than anyone. So my investigative stories are all original, and they'll go deeper to expose the truth by using information obtained from public information databases and in-depth interviews with the movers and shakers. My future stories will introduce you to people and businesses who are changing the world, not just Chicago. My missing person stories will spotlight those who you don't hear about in the mainstream media, who are often overlooked. If you want to hear my personal views on things around the world, check out my blog site, which is based off of factual information on my life experiences. There's also past episodes of my weekly sports podcast show, What's Up Cuz, that I host with my real-life cousin, Lance Irvin. So if you're looking for all this information and more, check out jcoinreports.com and follow me on Twitter at jcoin.
Every day, we take steps to keep the people we love safe, but some health risks are easy to miss. Ticks hiding in the yard can spread germs, like the ones that cause Lyme disease. Mice searching for food can spread bacteria that makes us sick. Mosquitoes lay eggs in standing water and can spread West Nile virus and more. Cockroaches are drawn to water in the home, leaving behind allergens that can trigger asthma attacks. Common pests can threaten our health. Learn how to protect your family at pestworld.org.
Home runs and 48 runs driven in. This is the breakthrough year for him.
Berger hits a high fly ball, deep right field. Brennan's back at the wall. It's a home run. A Berger bomb, and they're on the board.
That's number 23 for Berger, the batter. Homer, first time up.
Jake Berger again. It's a double Berger.
Well, if you'd like to know why Pedro Grifol is allowing him to play second base, you're seeing just a graphic illustration of why.
Back to Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago. Those comes courtesy of NBC Sports Chicago. Those are my White Sox, baby. Not doing very well. 21 games under 500. But the double burger going deep yesterday. After going deep the day before. All right. I like it. I like it a lot. My next guest is a good friend of mine, and he's a badass. You want to become a badass? Go to his gym. He'll train you to, and you'll be a fight MMA. It's not for the faint of heart. Let me tell you, not for the faint of heart. But this dude's been training guys for years, and he's gotten guys on the biggest stages. And one of his guys is going to be on the biggest stage tomorrow. UFC, what is it, 291, 577, whatever it is. What UFC is this? They happen like every 6 weeks, so it's somewhere. It might be UFC 6,478. But guy, let's bring in my guy, Roberto Ramirez. Roberto, what's up, Papa? Good morning.
What's going on, Shawn? How are you? How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Thank you for asking. So you guys out there in Salt Lake, huh?
Salt Lake City, baby. Weigh-ins are just the official weigh-in just got done this morning. Everything went great. No problems with the weight cut and everything like that. I got my guy Darius, if he's wanting to stick his head in here. Darius Flowers making his UFC debut. Southsider from Chicago, man, originally.
Oh, Southside. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Southside in the house. Dude, that's awesome. So you were Chicago Fight Team is your gym and your squad. How long you been training guys, man? I know we talked about this before, but it's been a minute since you've been on, so just kind of get people acclimated real quick.
Well, I've been training people since 1998. 1998 is when the official Chicago Fight Team started. Now it's 2007, and Darius has been with me just a little bit. How long you been with me, Darius?
2014.
2014, Darius jumped on board with us. So,
Darius, it's your debut. How many amateur fights have you had?
Total amateur between MMA, boxing, and kickboxing, about 25.
How was your record up to this point in amateur?
12-4-1 amateur MMA, like 6-1 kickboxing, 3-0 amateur boxing.
How are you feeling going into this? Because you're not going into into the Aragon ballroom for a fight. You know what I'm saying? You're going.
No, it's no different.
It's the excitement, the crowd, the fans, the millions and millions of people are going to be watching this thing all over the world. Does that play a part for you?
Not for beast mode.
Okay.
So and again, besides, like I said, Darius has fought in a lot of shows, like the grassroots shows and a lot of shows that are like, right below the UFC. He's got a good, good experience in the cage, in and out of the cage, different things. So this isn't going to be a walk in the park, obviously, because it's a stacked card. It's a really good, place to get his first UFC fight under his belt, and he's going to do fine. You're going to see why they call him Beast Mode, man, because he brings the fight.
Also, I fought on the series too. So.
Exactly, and then again, you got to understand, this is his first official UFC fight, but he fought on the UFC Contender Series, which is kind of like an open tryout for one of the best fighters in the country or in the world. They bring him in, they fight in front of Dana White. If you win and he likes you, he gives you the contract. That's what he did. He won his fight via a really nasty slam, and now this is his first official UFC fight on a really stacked pay-per-view card, which is cool.
Dude, I'm excited to check it out. I'll probably be at my buddy's bar checking it out. I'm definitely looking forward to you. Do you have like a coup de grace, a finishing move that we should look at, or is it wherever you find it?
My finishing move is like the Bruce Lee 6-inch punch. And I'm almost kind of super serious.
So where do you hit him with that? The chest, in the face? Where do you get? Where do you hit him?
What? Wherever it lands, the neck punch lands even better.
Oh, so that's the stunner, and then the one after that's the closer.
You got it.
Stunner and the closer. What weight are you fighting in?
This one is 170. We've been preparing for 155, so we really just woke up, cut half a pound. We really didn't have to cut weight, but so fighting 170 this time.
Okay. You're gonna say something, Roberto?
Yeah, no, I'm just saying you were saying you're going to be at the bar with your homies checking out the fight. He kicks off the prelims, and at those locally, I think it's 7 p.m. locally, Chicago. It's on ABC or on ESPN. So he'll be the first fight of the night, kicking off the card. So don't get there late, Shawn. Make sure you get there and see my man Darius in action.
So you mean I got to get to the bar earlier and spend more time at the bar? Oh,
exactly.
Damn.
Exactly. I've seen you at the bar, so I don't think that's gonna be that bad of a problem for you.
Hey, shh. Hey, Beast Mode, thanks for coming on, Papa. I appreciate it. Hey, good luck tomorrow. And you know what? After you whoop some ass tomorrow, we'll have you back. We'll hit with you on a full 20 minutes, half hour segment. Bring and represent the Shy, man. Represent the South Side. I'm a South Side kid myself. born in Pilsen, grew up on 63rd in California. So,
Well, I used to live on 63rd and Campbell.
no way. Okay, by the old St. Rita, right by our high school.
Yeah.
You tell about that, Roberto.
Man, do you understand? How old are you, Darius?
28.
He's 28. He don't know nothing about that. You know?
Oh yeah, you're young.
I told him I got T-shirts older than him.
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
Hey, Beast Mode, great again. Good luck tomorrow, Papa.
John, before we go, one quick shout out back here over our shoulder is Coach Johnny. This is Darius's coach from Iowa. Johnny,
Hey.
okay, bad man here, bad guy to deal with too. So we're coming in there. We're going to take over Salt Lake City.
Dude, I know you guys will, man. I'm looking forward to the victory party, bro. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Hey, great stuff, guys. Good luck.
Okay,
Hey,
thanks, man.
listen, we'll have you on again soon, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right, Sean,
right.
thank you.
All right, now. Guys, that's my guy out in Salt Lake City. Right after the weigh-ins, Roberto Ramirez and his fighter, Beast Mode. He's about to go beast mode on these mugs tomorrow. I'm fired up. I can't wait to see it. I got 2 birthday parties to go to tomorrow. So you know what? It's perfect. The other one starts at about 8, so I'll get to the bar at 7. Okay, maybe 6:30. And when I'm there, I'll check it out. It's going to be on ABC or ESPN. Great. I'm excited. You know what? You got to represent Chicago talent. That's what Sports Zone Chicago is. It's about talented people, not just on the mic or on screen. It's about representing and giving people from Chicago their due. All right. It's not easy getting to UFC. All right. You have to, a lot of times you got to fight a whole bunch of little cards and little promotions and things like that to work your way up. And for Beast Mode to get that opportunity, he busted his ass. There was an opportunity for him and he took it. All right. And that's how we are here in Chicago. We nothing's guaranteed. We don't want anything given to us. We want to earn. All right. We want to earn what we get. We want to earn our keep. And I think it's just mad respect to my guy, Roberto, for putting the work in with all these young guys. All right. And then mad respect to the young guys who take it. I know Roberto's tough. he's not a nice guy, but you know what? UFC is not a nice sport. All right. You can't be very nice. And, you don't feel good today. Okay. Well, they take the death. No, dude. I don't give a shit if you got 103 fever, if you don't feel good, if you didn't sleep. You got to put in the work. And hats off to these guys. Hats off to Beast Mode for getting that opportunity, taking it, running with it. And, man, now his friends, family, loved ones here in Chicago and all across the country. I'm sure he's got people all across the country going to see him in UFC. And again, that's going to be awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Man, I can't wait. Whew. Well, real quick. So we got about 7 minutes. Okay. We got about 6 or 7 minutes. Let me see what we got over here. Let's see when the chat line was it going. Luis, yeah, Luis. My guy Luis Mejia. He's talking. He's awesome. Good luck. Patty, good luck. Represent. Hey, you know you got to grab the mic, Beast Mode, and be like, Southside. I'm a damn fool. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Man, Luis said, yeah, that's great. Can't wait to see it. Good. He's going to check it out tomorrow as well. Dude, that is awesome. One of the things I wanted to say before we leave is this. Is like, you know what? There's been a big push, okay, for a former Chicago Bear great to get into the Hall of Fame and this year. All right, Steve McMichael is a number 76 in the program, number 1 in our heart. Played for the Bears 85 team, just a monster. And suffering from ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease. There have been petitions and a big push to get him in the Hall of Fame. His numbers are Hall of Fame worthy. All right, he's got more sacks and more. His numbers are better than many of the people who are already in the Hall. It's tough because it was tough for him because he wasn't probably the most flamboyant guy on that defense, but he was one of the better ones. Mike Singletary's in the Hall of Fame. The guy next to him, Dan Hampton, is in the Hall of Fame. All right. Easy for them to say, well, there's a couple guys from that defense and get overlooked. He deserves to be in there. And it just, he passed another hurdle. All right. He's one of the finalists now. Went down to 12. Okay, and they're hoping that he's able to get elected into the Hall of Fame while he's still alive. That would mean the world to him. His wife would give the speech. Hope she keeps it PC, which I doubt she will, because she's from Texas. If you ever hung out with Mongo, and I have a couple times when he was coaching the Slaughter, Chicago Slaughter, the indoor team, let me tell you something. This dude, if you're old enough and you remember his interviews and remember him playing, he's blunt and to the point. No sugarcoating, no beating around the bush, no feeling. He never didn't take your feelings into consideration. He tells it like it is, and his wife would do the same if he's elected and she's able to give the speech. So great stuff. I'm super happy. I'm excited that he got that. And my guy Brandon Hyatt has been a big supporter of him, trying to get him into the Hall of Fame and his platform. He was just asking me the other day, where is he at? Yeah, he was just asking me the other day about this. They're having a fundraiser out here for Mongol, and it's going to be to see him if he gets in. And I think he's got the sentimental vote. I hope he does. I know Roger Craig is in there, and Roger Craig needs to get in too. Let's just not get it. I'm a big Roger Craig fan. Okay, but Mongol is dealing with these circumstances that this hand that life gave him is not a good one. It was a great one. He lived a great life, but at this point, it's tough. He's unable to speak. He's in he's in a bed. He's confined to his wheelchair, but he's still got his same energy, his same spirit as Dan Pompei interviewed him. Was able to feel Steve McMichael that we all knew and loved. His friends Ric Flair, from his wrestling days after he played football. Dan Hampton. They've all gone to visit him. And they just his mind, his body's gone, his mind isn't, and that's the thing. And so it's still able to see. So good luck. Good luck to Mongo in getting elected, because that would be awesome to have another Chicago Bear from the '85 Bear team elected into the Hall of Fame. So before we go, the last thing I want to tell you was you're like, why are you wearing the socks? The socks suck. They're 21 games under 500, and biggest disappointment, and they are. They're the biggest. This Sox team is probably the biggest disappointment of all Sox teams that I've ever rooted for. All right. But I was wearing it for a reason. And you're like, well, what good reason you got now? Well, let me tell you. So my aunt was my Aunt Lola, who was my Tia Lola, was my mom's sister, closest sister. She was 11 months apart. Was never really, really healthy, and had a situation, and she passed away yesterday. We were at the hospital, and she was a big Sox fan, huge Sox fan. When we left the hospital, Wednesday night, before she passed away on Thursday, we were watching the Sox game, Sox Cubs, and as it was 8:00. They asked us to leave and whatever. So I'm going to the car, and she could barely talk. She's all wired up. She could barely talk, and I get a call, and it's her. I'm like, "What are you doing?" She said, "I just left you like 4 minutes ago. I just took the elevator down, and what do you want?" Funny. I was like, "Yeah, Thea," and in her very weakened voice, she yelled. She says, "Burger hit a home run, burger bomb." And I was like, oh my God, like that was so cool. I was like, oh, he did. So I checked. I was like, no way, that's awesome. So she was a huge Sox fan. We would talk White Sox. She lived with us recently and like I said, my mom's closest sister in age, but also like those two were thick as thieves growing up as kids. So just kind of honor her. I just wanted to wear my Sox shirt. She liked all my Sox jerseys. And every time I'd go, I'd get some things for her. Could you give me an extra bobblehead? Can you give me this? Can you give me that? I'm like, yeah, sure. Yeah, no problem. No problem. But yesterday she passed, and it was tough. It was at the hospital, and I didn't know if I was going to do the show today or not. But knowing her, nothing ever stopped her. If she wanted to get something done, she did it. So I'm like, you know what? I had a good workout. I'm still healthy. Sad? Yes. Of course I'm sad. She's my godmother. And I spent a lot of time there as a kid growing up, with her 4 kids. But I knew that's one thing, nothing ever stopped her. So I was like, you know what? Let me just honor her and just tell her I miss her and love her. And we'll see her when I finally cross over, which hopefully is about another 50 or 60 years, but we'll see. We'll see. But to my tia Lola, we love you. We miss you. My mom misses you. And, like we always say, go Sox. They stink now. They still stink, but always go Sox. So that's why I'm wearing a White Sox jersey today to honor my Aunt Lola, my tia Lola, who passed yesterday over at Christ Hospital in Oak Lawn. So sorry to end on such a downer. Okay. But I just wanted to say, I loved her. I love her. I miss her. My mom definitely misses you. It's the first day of my mom's life that she wakes up and she can't call her sister. So anyway, guys, we're going to have a phenomenal weekend. It's going to be beautiful out, low 80s. I'm actually game Sunday. His birthday is the only reason I'm going, is to giving them their money, is because of a good friend of mine's birthday. Enjoy it, low 80s. And this is why I say love. When you're with the people, love the ones who love you. All right. Be there, spend time with your family, friends. You're not guaranteed tomorrow. You're not guaranteed tomorrow. And believe you me, that was reinforced the last couple days. She had come through. Doc said she was doing better. She was improving. And then all of a sudden it just took a turn, and it took a turn quick, fast. So enjoy summertime shy, enjoy time with your loved ones, and make the most, make memories upon memories upon memories. So for everyone here at Sports Zone Chicago, we'll see you on Monday, same bad time, same bad channel, 9 a.m. to 11 Central Time. All right. I'm your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra. Have a phenomenal weekend. Your boy is